that camera's a little off. I'll fix that here in a minute. Alright, well, audio sounds good, but let me see if I can kind of fix this a little bit. Some more airtime. Okay. Alright, well, that looks better. I think that's probably the best I can do for right now. Alright, everybody, it's your boy Malin Relic coming at you with some more Madden 24. Las Vegas Raiders rebuild, set of live streams, part 2. We're getting ready to start the 2024 season. And this roster's looking a little bit different. We released Jimmy Garoppolo during the offseason. We still have Aiden O'Connell, but it's Caleb Williams time. Already starting off at a 75 overall for our rookie, first-round pick out of USC. Really excited to start to do a rebuild around Caleb Williams because I haven't done a rebuild around Caleb to this point of my series of rebuilds, but I think for the Raiders it's perfectly appropriate because during the offseason there really weren't any big quarterbacks in free agency that I felt like could really be better than going with a rookie, so that's why we're going with Caleb. We did sign Sam Darnold as a backup, and we still have Aiden O'Connell. I mean, O'Connell is, at a 68. He had a good, decent rookie season last year, but at 68, I don't know how much better he's going to get. So I decided to go with Sam Darnold, mostly because he's a scheme-fit guy. And, of course, we drafted Spencer Rattler just as insurance for fourth-string quarterback backup. We have Josh Jacobs. We still have White here. And the running back situation is really the same. We did sign Michael Burton to be our new fullback. We needed a new one. We still got Devontae. Myers and Renfro, of course, are still here. So our receiving core is essentially the same. We did draft Ja'Cory Brooks out of Alabama, just getting a new receiver to help with the depth there. And we still have Mayer as our starting tight end. Left tackle is really the same. We did sign Isaiah Wynn to be our new left guard. We needed to upgrade a few positions on the offensive line. We also signed Connor McGovern in this offseason as well. We got Robert Hunt still here, and we brought back Elimnor Jermaine. I decided to bring him back, but we did draft Amarius Mims to hopefully develop. We still have, of course, Max Crosby and Robinson, and Evans is still here. I believe Evans is a guy we drafted out of North Carolina. Yeah, we drafted him out of North Carolina. We still, of course, have Tyree Wilson. Defensive tackle Jerry Tillery is still here. Defensive tackle leaves a little bit to be desired, but in my opinion, not very much. Bringing back John Jenkins now kind of looks like a move that might not have been the best. And then again, who knows how much longer Jenkins is going to play. He's been in the league for 11 years. Left outside linebacker, Jonathan Garvin was really the best guy that I could get, and I really went with him because he fits our scheme. And, Luke Masterson wasn't going to cut it, but Jonathan was the best guy that we could get. We still have Diablo, and of course Bernie's going to back him up, and we still have Spillane coming back. So the linebacking core is not very elite, I guess you could call it. I mean, none of our guys are in the 80s here, so there's still some rebuilding, in my opinion, that has to happen with this roster. Nate Hobbs, best corner, 82 overall. I did sign Witherspoon to go along with Jack Jones. That kind of makes Jack now the third-string corner. But we also got, Bennett and, Dwight McLaughlin is another guy we drafted out of Arkansas, cornerback. So, our cornerbacks we have a lot of corners. We still have Mourning as our free safety, 81 overall, one of the highest-rated guys on defense, and Marcus Epps still here. We did draft James Williams out of Miami because we needed some safety help, and already to 71 overall, that for our second-round pick. I like that's looking pretty good. And of course, we still got Carlson, and we still got Cole. Our special teams will probably be intact for most of the rest of this rebuild because I'm probably going to keep Carlson on the team, mostly because he's one of the best kickers in the game, and I don't really feel like we can do better than him in any offseason that we have coming for the rest of the rebuild potentially. So I'll probably keep re-signing Carlson. I'll probably re-sign Carlson to a long-term deal if and when his time is up. So we'll see about that. But we got to get through preseason. Let's get through Caleb Williams preseason and see kind of how he does. There's really no quarterback controversy. The only reason I brought in Sam Darnold was to have a veteran backup quarterback that was at least in the 70s. And, Caleb lost his first game as a starter in the preseason, but it is what it is. I'm not expecting too many big things. I mean, we went, I think, 5-12 in our first season, and of course that landed us in the top 10 to be able to draft Caleb, who surprisingly slipped to us. I didn't think he was going to last that long, but when I saw him, I took the chance. I wasn't going to pass up an opportunity to rebuild this team around Caleb, so I wanted to go with him as our quarterback. We did pick up our first preseason victory, so that's pretty good. And let's get through Lions week, and then we'll get started with the cut days. We'll trim down the roster because we're at 66 right now, so we got to cut or put 13 guys on the practice squad. So that's a lot of stuff we got to go through for this roster to get it right for opening day. I don't really think I'm going to make any big trades yet. I usually don't wait to do that in the rebuild until maybe like year 2 or 3. With the Jets rebuild, I kind of jumped the shark a little bit there, mostly because we went through 3 consecutive years of not making the playoffs. Hopefully that doesn't happen here, but you know what? After going through that with the Jets, I can tolerate, dealing with that. Not, just letting, not really, not pushing it too much. The good thing about Caleb is that he's already up to a 75 overall number 1. And he's got a hidden development trait. So, to me, that's pretty good. Give him this full season as a starter, as being a rookie. He could jump up to the 80s by year 2 or 3. I'm just saying. I don't know if I want to do anything with quarterbacks just yet. I'm tempted to put Rattler on practice squad, but I don't think I want to do that just yet. But Britton Brown can definitely go to practice squad. Fullback, we're not going to do anything there. But we got a bunch of receivers. Stearns I'm going to put on practice. I don't want to do anything with Ja'Cory Brooks. Yeah, and I don't really want to mess with these receivers too much because I want to keep these guys active. But tight ends are different. But Jacob Baumgartner is our long snapper, so I don't want to get rid of him. Let me go ahead and actually cut Skull. I think he might have been a rookie, but he was low round anyway. Connor Galvin, let's put him on practice squad. He'll probably get picked up, though. That happens a lot in these rebuilds. I put guys on practice, and they typically get picked up. Jake Renfro is a guy that we drafted. I don't want to put him on practice because we probably need some depth at offensive line in case somebody gets hurt. And, Mims, I don't want to risk him getting away either, so I'm not going to put him on practice. I really don't want to risk losing anybody. We still have to waive like 9 guys. Jack Heflin is a guy that I don't think we really need. I know it says don't recommend cutting him, but, we have to cut him. He's not going to cost anything against the cap to get rid of him. And, Trey Walker, I think, put him on practice squad. Corners, we have a lot of corners. Thompson, you're our lowest rated corner. You can go. Cam Brown, I'll put you on practice squad. How many corners do we have left that are active? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so Swirling and Pitts can basically all go to practice squad now. Safeties. Smith, I'm going to put you on practice squad as well. Still got to do some stuff with all these other positions. All right, it may be risky. Rattler may get picked up. He might not. I'm going to put him on practice squad. And our running back situation, I think, is pretty set. I think with receiver, we're going to have to roll the dice. But I don't want to put Tucker Brooks on practice. What about centers? Renfro, he may get picked up by somebody, but I got to take a risk. Okay, so with that done, let's go ahead and actually upgrade our staff. So basically what the game decided to do was to have Gerald Simmons, a.k.a. the fake Antonio Pierce, be our head coach because there's no sign of Josh McDaniels here, which to me indicates that maybe the game couldn't get his likeness either, or another possibility could be that they decided to put in a stand-in Antonio Pierce in order to kind of give, anybody who did this rebuild the same effect of basically having a new head coach, because that's what Simmons is. And we're going to give Simmons a few years with Williams, but if we don't make the playoffs, like in the same time span it took with the Jets and everything, then I may have to consider options, because it took bringing in Doug Peterson to try to lead this team to a Super Bowl. So we'll see what we can do here. But anyway, let's go ahead and advance to the regular season. We'll import the draft class for 2025, so all the scouting can be accurate, and we can have updated rosters and everything like that, which I really love about even on the old gen. The community files are still very active, and even though this is old gen, technically people are still creating rosters and everything like that. So it's been good that we've been able to consistently have that. Yeah, with Solar, Alexander, Campbell, and everybody. Cool. Draft class is accurate. And these really haven't changed, so I'm not really going to download any new files anymore to double down on that. So I'm going to just kind of let that go where it is. Let's go ahead and upgrade some of our players from the preseason. And we're going to open up against the Pittsburgh Steelers, so renewing of a classic rivalry with Caleb Williams as our new quarterback. It's the Williams era. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the middle of the season and see where we're at in 2024. Are we actually better than what I think we're going to be, or is Williams going to have a classic rookie year where he struggles a little bit? But we've inserted Caleb Williams into a pretty good offensive situation. We have two skill position guys in the 90s with, Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams. So he's got some weapons to work with on offense. And based on the fact that I was able to pretty much, with Aiden O'Connell, a 68 overall quarterback, force-feed Devontae Adams in that game I played at the end of the regular season against the Broncos, the finale, this offense can be special if it gets the right quarterback in there to lead the charge. And getting Caleb in there, I think, is going to do tremendous for our team. For this team to be able to rebuild them and have Caleb Williams be the one to lead the Raiders to a championship and, rebuild this team around him. I didn't really, going into this series, I didn't know if that was going to be the route, if I was going to really look to draft a quarterback. I kind of was almost tempted to try to ride things out with Aiden O'Connell, but based on the fact that I gave him the entire year to start, he started out at 67, he only got up one point to a 68. To me, I feel like that his ceiling is not as high as it is bringing in a rookie quarterback like Caleb Williams. And we're actually starting off year 2 in pretty decent shape. We're 4-3 right now, and we're getting ready to play the Falcons on the road, who are 1-6. So last year they had a pretty decent year. This year they're struggling pretty bad. As far as the division, we're second to the Chiefs. That's the tough thing, is that kind of like with the AFC East with the Jets, we're in a pretty tough division. The Chiefs are always going to be the big dogs as long as they have Kelsey, Mahomes, and everybody intact. And, Chris Jones doesn't retire. They're going to be the team to beat. We just got to hope to sneak into the playoffs this year, maybe next year as a wild card team. And, hopefully we can, do some special things. But we'll see. So let's actually take a look at the negotiating screen and see who we can negotiate with. I imagine there's going to be some big names here, but I don't know. Okay, well, there's really nobody too seriously huge. I mean, Spillane, I think, yeah. I think Hobbs is worth a second contract. What about 4 years, man? The length is bringing me way down. Okay, so he wants more than even 4 years. That's pretty tough. But Mooring, what about 3 years for you? You need to convince me more. Okay, so these guys want big bucks. All right. Well, let's see about Epps, if we can keep at least one member of our secondary for now. All right, so Epps is back on. That's the offer that he wanted. So we got our strong safety back, or retain him. And, I really don't think we can do much better than Spillane in another off season. So let's see about 2 years. Good offer. Okay, so he likes the fact that he's got 2 years. Okay. But these guys I'm going to have to give pretty player-friendly contracts to. Mooring and Hobbs. 82 overall makes sense. Both these aren't scheme fit guys, but I don't know how much better we can do. Now, Hunter Renfrow, I'm kind of considering. He's interested in coming back, but I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on that just yet. And Witherspoon, maybe. The rest of these guys aren't really super, McGovern is interested in coming back, so I think I'm really going to mess with the guys that are actually interested in re-signing. I'm probably not going to mess with anybody that isn't interested, because the good thing is that Hobbs and Mooring are interested. Mooring's interest is not as high as Hobbs, but I still want to try to retain our starting free safety. I like to keep him on the team. And Renfrow is tempting to keep, but I don't know if I want to go. I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on that just yet. Maybe I'll wait till later in the season and debate what I want to do. All right, so let's kind of go week by week now and see what we do against the Falcons. Hopefully we don't go into a tailspin at this point. We don't have any serious injuries. Well, I didn't check, but I didn't see any serious injuries pop up. And unfortunately, we lost big to a 1-6 Falcons team. That's concerning to see. And one of our practice squad guys got picked up. So Spencer Rattler actually did get picked up. Let's go ahead and answer an immediate question. We're 4-4 now. It's been an up and down season. Find it, get into the playoffs. That's the goal. I really want this to be a playoff team if it can be. If Caleb can have rookie of the year like numbers, we've got a legitimate shot. Let's check the injury report. I want to see if anybody is injured. So Renfrow is actually out for 5 weeks with a dislocated ankle. Well, that's a little bit concerning to me, which can give me a caveat to say maybe he's not worth giving a massive contract to the second time around. And plus, at $40 million, what we're at right now, I feel like I need to save some money in certain places. So even though Renfro's very interested in coming back, I just don't know if we'll have room for him. We got Adams here, but Myers is rated higher than Renfrow even. So, he's third receiver, so I think he's got to be kind of left out a little bit. But Hobbs, I don't want to mess around with much longer. This is a 5-year deal. This is a lot to invest in him, but that's what it takes. And there we go. We're still at $40 million. So let's go with a very player-friendly deal for Mooring as well. Exactly the offer he was hoping for. So we got a 4-year deal for him. It's not that bad. We're still got $39 million. But I feel like Witherspoon is going to get too costly to keep. And, but McGovern, I do want to see if we can keep him around for 1 year. Okay, so he's okay with a 1-year deal for sticking around. And it's going to eat up $5 million, but still. Now, Tillery, I think, has kind of hit the end of the road with us because I feel like we can do better. And Kunch is a backup. Burton, we can probably find another good fullback in free agency. Faxon is a backup corner as well. So's John Jenkins. Elfline is now the backup to McGovern, and we have another center on the practice squad, so I think I'm going to let him go. Polamayo is our backup free safety. We got our starter, so we're good there. And Masterson, I'm going to let go. Same thing with Butler. So yeah, I think I'm going to let everybody else walk. To save $34 million, I think that's what we have to do, especially with all the money we got tied up in Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs. Fortunately, we were able to get Jacobs inked to a long-term deal, so that's pretty good. Meanwhile, we've actually slipped to third in the division. The Broncos are 5-3. We're 4-4. We actually play the Broncos this week, so this could determine whether we're going to be a playoff team or not. But we'll see. I kind of wasn't really expecting playoffs when we started 4-3. I was thinking maybe, but now I'm not so sure. We lost by 3. So now we're starting to slip a little bit. We've lost 2 in a row now. We're under 500. And we play the other Pirate team this week, the Bucks, on the road. Revenge of the Super Bowl from 2002 maybe, but I don't know. They're 4-5 just like us. We're still third in the division. The Chargers are actually kind of creeping, though, so we can mess around and lose one more game, and we're in the basement of the division. But maybe we can bounce back this week against the Buccaneers. Maybe Caleb Williams will have a better game, and we'll be able to get back to 500. And we do. So we beat the Bucks by, looks like 38-22 we won. So we're back to 5-5. We're third in the division. The Chargers had a bye week, and we actually play them right now. So If we get a win against the Chargers, that'll probably secure us at least probably finishing 3rd in our division. Looks like Tyree has developed pretty well. A Red Raider. I'm excited to have him in a rebuild, so that's good. Yeah, all right. So let's see. Chargers week on the road. Pretty tough going against Herbert, but it looks like they're struggling a little bit. So hopefully we can get a vulnerable team and get a win. And we blow the doors off the Chargers, 42-3. Justin Herbert must be hurt or something. For us to blow them out like that, just like in real life, that's unbelievable. Well, that's good. That puts us above 500 again. That's a good confidence-building win. Now the Broncos are 6-4. They've had a bye week, so we've played one more game than they have. And it looks like we got somebody that won a weekly award. So I'll go ahead and check that out. Maybe it was Caleb. Let's see. Who got Player of the Week awards? Let's see who did that. So Caleb Williams won AFC Offensive Player of the Week. 277 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns. He was sacked once, but 5 touchdowns. That's got to be a season high for him or any rookie. So he had a great game against the Chargers. That was huge. 5 touchdown passes. I mean, we scored 42 points, so the other touchdown must have been a rushing one by Josh Jacobs. So big day for Caleb Williams, getting Player of the Week honors. Starting to get some confidence down the stretch here. Hopefully that continues, and maybe we're fighting for a playoff spot. But we got to play the big brothers. We got to go up to Kansas City and try to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead. So this is pretty tough. Every game towards the end of the season at this point is critical. If we can get an upset win, that may put us in a good chance to make the playoffs, but of course we don't. But we only lost by 4, but, you know, I feel like, you know, there's no moral victories in football, so, you know, it is what it is. Let's upgrade our players. So we got a bye week this week, and we are still 3rd in our division. So so forget about worrying about the Chiefs. We got to worry about the Broncos now too, because they are 2nd in the division, so we got to try to find a way to get over them in order to make the playoffs potentially. The Broncos are in the picture as the 7th seed. So the way the NFL is shaping out for this year in terms of AFC, we could potentially make the playoffs if we're the 2nd seed in the AFC West. But we got to get to that point first. We could barely sneak in, but I don't know. We can't really be dropping games like flies at this point of the season. And we got to get through this bye week. We got the Saints. We got the Jaguars. We got the Dolphins. These are all decent teams. Well, maybe not New Orleans. They're 2-10. But, you know, we did lose to a 1-6 Falcons team earlier in the season. So we could do that again. Hopefully we don't do that to this, to the Saints this time around. We actually take care of business against a very inferior team. And we do. Win by 21. Good job. Let's see. A few weekly awards. Did Caleb Williams win honors again? No, this time it was Max Crosby. 5 tackles, 4 sacks. Good performance for the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. That's another thing. We have a defense led by one of the best in Max Crosby. So that's, helping with, getting a chance to rebuild this team. Let's go ahead and upgrade players once again. And we got the Jaguars this week. They're not doing so great. They're 4-9, so we're playing some teams that are kind of a little bit inferior right now, but we can't afford to slip up. And speaking of slipping up, that's what the Broncos have done. So are we in the playoff picture now? We are, and we're not just 7th. We're the 6th seed now. So that may change things up a little bit, but I still feel that we have to stay at least in the 2nd spot in the AFC West to, have a shot at making the postseason. Jacksonville this week. We got to keep things rolling. Got to keep being consistent. We can't slip up now and risk losing our playoff spot. And that's what we're exactly doing. We lost by 7 points. We're still 2nd in our division, and it looks like the Broncos, are slipping up too. And but we're not in the playoff picture anymore. Well, I guess finishing second in the AFC West is not going to be enough to secure a playoff spot. We got 3 games left. 2 of them are against divisional opponents, but this Dolphins team is looking pretty good too. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're 8-6. We're 7-7. See if we can get an upset win at home this week to get over 500 again. We've been, hovering around 500, under 500, over 500 for pretty much the whole season. I think we're just kind of an average team right now. But look at that, 52-16, my word. Caleb Williams must have gone off in this game. Wow, so let's take a look at the playoff picture now. We're back in the playoff picture as the 6th seed. So, wow. Well, we got 2 games left. Both are against divisional teams. The Chargers have actually gotten a tie with the Broncos. Neither of them are capable of catching us unless we lose out. But, I can't say we won't, but because we could. The Chiefs are looking like they're the best team in the NFL right now. I think they're the 1 seed in the playoffs. Are they? Let me look. Yeah, the Chiefs would be the 1 seed right now. They have the best record in the AFC. So, we're playing them at home. Maybe we can get an upset win and really get a big confidence-boosting win going into the playoffs potentially, if we can find our way there. If we win this game, it might all but guarantee us a playoff spot, but I don't know. And, oh my goodness, we get a 6-point upset home win over the Chiefs, and we're 9-7. Playoff picture now. We're still here at the 6th seed. So, I think barring anything crazy, we're going to already be in the playoffs in year 2 of this rebuild. That is great. Let's check out weekly awards. Diablo, 12 tackles, 1 interception. I actually don't know if I'm saying his name right. It's unfortunate if I am because, Diablo means devil. So, yeah. But still, 1 interception, 12 tackles. That is a field day for him. Awesome. All right. Let's, whoops, I hit the wrong thing. Let's go ahead and upgrade players. So, we're going to wrap up the regular season by playing against the Chargers. They got nothing to really play for. We do have 1 new injury. I got to see who that is because it could impact us in the playoffs. Based on the fact that I had to upgrade Snoop Connor, something tells me that maybe Josh Jacobs is hurt. I hope that's not the case, but let's see. Connor McGovern is out for 6 weeks with a broken hand. Well, I think and Eflin is out for 1 week with an ACL sprain. So we're going to have to sign another center because I'm going to put McGovern on IR. He's out for 6 weeks. Even if by some reason we get to the Super Bowl, he won't be back in time. So I'm going to place him on IR, and we're going to go pick up another center in free agency because whoever our center is now, because Eflin is also hurt, so I got to pick up somebody else to fill in the gap for the rest of the season and going into the playoffs. That could be a detriment to us this year, but I don't know. Feliciano, okay, all right. Highest rated center, 71 overall. Come on down. And he fits our scheme too, so that's good. I don't know if he was a Raider at one point. He might have been. He sounds familiar, and it looks like he might have been a Raider at one point. Or maybe it was the Giants. I can't remember. All right, let's see what that does in terms of our roster makeup and our depth chart. Let's take a look at that. I want to check that out before we go into the Chargers game. All right, well, Feliciano definitely helps. 61 overall. He's actually the only healthy center that we have right now because, Eflin's going to be back after he sits on the bench for this week, but we had to sign Feliciano, another center, to fill in. So I'm glad I decided to do that because both of our centers are out for this game, so we had to go with that. Now, in terms of the impact this game has, we're already in the 6th seed right now. I'm going to go ahead and simulate this Chargers game because I'm pretty confident even if we lose this one, we'll still be in the playoffs. I hope. Hopefully I don't jinx it. Because with the Jets, I simulated a couple of regular season finales and it didn't help. Okay, so we won. So now I'm pretty convinced, yep, we're in the playoffs. And everything stayed the same. All right, we got Bengals and the Steelers. We're going to go up and face the Colts in Indianapolis as the 3 seed. That's what they are. And the Dolphins and the Browns. Chiefs have the number 1 seed. They got the bye. Cowboys have the number 1 seed in the NFC. We got the 49ers against the Cardinals, the Packers against the Panthers, and the Falcons against the Eagles. Pretty interesting NFC playoff picture there. All right. So let me go ahead and upgrade our players before we get ready to play the wild card game. We're going to have our backup center available after he sat on the bench last week with an injury. Fortunately, with bringing in a brand new center, it didn't look like it really impacted anything because we were still able to put 42 points up on the Chargers. The offense must be just doing very well with Caleb. That's the only thing that I can really guess right now and think about. Well, we are already in the playoffs. Could I potentially finish this rebuild in just 2 seasons? Bringing in Caleb Williams and everything changes. Let's see. Going up to Indianapolis to play the wild card game. We're going to be on the road for probably the whole playoffs. So this will be a challenge, but I'm up for it. Second year, and we're already in the playoffs, so we're a little bit ahead of schedule, in my opinion. I'm excited to play with Caleb for the first time. See what he can do on a big national stage.
Tonight.
And we get the primetime game. How about that?
In Indianapolis.
We got a very good offense. We got weapons. We got Adams. We got Jacobs.
AFC Wild Card round on EA.
Colts still have pretty much their whole squad. Richardson is back for this year. They still have Jonathan Taylor, so they're a pretty good team.
So here
we got to bring our A game
drive of the game, and the ball is in the possession.
So Caleb is in consideration for Rookie of the Year. I'd have to imagine so.
From deep in their own territory,
Adams
they look to throw.
Over the middle, first down of the game,
To the
big time.
Before he's hit and dropped. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular
Nice job,
season.
Devontae.
He's got a first down too. Looking to throw.
Myers.
Open man right
And the
side.
fact that he came
Myers.
back, but he still got 7 or 6 yards.
Calling a gain of 6 on
Nice
the
job.
play. And it's
All
second
right,
down.
let's get a little bit of running here with Jacobs. The counter here.
First rep of the game for Josh
There we go,
Jacobs.
Jacobs. First down. Keep it going. Let's
And
go.
Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. They'll look to throw here.
All right, we're going to go for the bomb.
Let's go for
I'm taking a
Renfro
shot
downfield.
to Renfro. Oh, my goodness, that was almost picked.
Intercepted.
That was probably the worst idea I
Not a
could
good
have
throw
done.
there. Nearly an
Especially with a
open
rookie
drive by
Caleb.
team.
Not a good idea, but you know what? Adams is out there.
And second and 10, he'll look to
Come on,
throw
Devontae.
again.
And he caught it! Nice. Perfect pass. The defender was right there, though, but Caleb Williams fit it right in there for the pass. Nice job. Stretch the field out a little bit for us.
They'll look to throw.
All right, Devontae, there we go. Feed Adams. Let's go.
Adams. That's complete.
Big time.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Having a good first drive of the playoffs for Caleb.
Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure
There we
right.
go.
Open man,
Renfro
it's Renfro.
into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. Let's go. That's how we start off the
Hunter
playoffs.
Renfro.
Perfect.
A 24-yard.
Nice job, Hunter.
Let's get
All right,
back
on
into the
defense for the
action.
first time.
Situation, ball in the
and
red
it's the end of the
zone.
first quarter.
It's second down, and the defense
It's
needing
the end
to
of the
step
first
up.
quarter. Run
After
defense
one,
playing that for the
7-0
first time.
on EA
Second and
Sports.
5. You know what? I'm going to gamble a little bit here and come with a little bit of pressure. I feel like they're going to run.
On
And
second
I guess
down,
right.
it's
They
Taylor.
ran with Taylor.
And he
Got
is
a big
met
hit
at
on
the
him.
line of
I think he
scrimmage,
lost a
and he
yard,
goes down
actually.
right there.
Tyree Wilson came
No
up with the
gain on the
hit.
play there. there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down now,
They
so I'm
are
going
in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Audible to that.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Oh, tipped away. Nice job. Kind of threw it behind him a little bit. We forced him to a field goal. Nice job, D. I'm glad I decided to adjust the call and really sell it on the run on 2nd down, because causing Taylor to lose 1 yard is pretty hard to do in this game. But we forced the Colts to just a field goal, so that's good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So now we got to go back down the field and hopefully get another drive going. Looks like we don't. And, oh, back on offense, though.
Quarter, this defense looking for a big
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Just trying to get the ball back to their offense.
Come on, Devontae. Make that grab. There we go. 1st down. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another.
Life is just easier when you've got Devontae Adams as your number 1 receiver.
So here now it's 2nd and 7.
Still considered a read.
Inside the red zone. And a difficult situation.
We don't have like all-stars in every position.
We
don't have nearly
sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs.
Not a long really run for.
They'll get 4 for 3 down the 16-yard line.
3rd down and 4.
Offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw.
Myers. Why did you come back for it? Great. Wasted opportunity, but all right. I shouldn't say completely wasted because we're going to kick a field goal here. All right, Carlson, come on. All right, well, Carlson boots through the field goal. We're back up by 7. We'll take it, but if Myers just runs forward instead of backwards, that's a 1st down. Sorry I'm getting on him, but I just hate that animation where they come back and they're in mid-stride and they don't go forward. But then again, that's the mechanics of Madden. You know, stupid animations and whatnot.
It's a balancing act, isn't it?
Well, that time Myers made the catch, but we didn't need a 1st down. We just needed a few yards to get out of the shadow of our own end.
But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league,
2nd and 2.
you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
We're risking going with the draw play here, but it worked out okay. I'm not going to go too hurry up just yet. I do want to get points before the half. We have 2 timeouts left. We got to move a little quickly. Hunter Renfrow with another nice catch. Now we'll burn one of those timeouts. I didn't know if he was going to catch that. That defender was lurking pretty well right there, so I thought he was going to jump the route, but he didn't. Good catch by Renfrow there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Renfrow, make another catch. Boom, let's go. Oh, break that. Oh, he almost broke it there for a 1st down, for a touchdown. Risky here, but I'm going to go with the screen. All right. On, man, there's a freaking flag on the field.
And inside the 20
gotta be
before he's brought down.
There's 25 seconds left. Yep, it is. It's a hole on the offense. Oh, Miller, come on, man.
Colton Miller, former 1st-round pick, called for the penalty there.
All right, at least it stops the clock at 26 seconds.
20 now after the holding penalty. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Renfrow. Oh, come on, Hunter.
He couldn't hold on through the contact.
You've been making good catches all night. I need you to make another one right there.
They'll stick with
Myers, come on.
Myers
1st down. There we go. Now we got a chance to score here.
And he's taken down.
Oh man, I blew it. I should have just called a timeout and kicked the field goal.
So we're at halftime of this AFC West.
Well, at least we're still up, but I don't know if we get the ball to start the 2nd half. Well, we do. Okay, all right then. Awesome.
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. On the return, Trey Tucker.
Tucker got body slammed
a couple yards shy of the 30.
Going down the field again.
Well, points have been
now we kind of got to kind of
it's
establish some separation. It's 3rd and 10.
Once more on 3rd down. Let's find out.
Tight end. Oh man, that guy was able to knock it away. All right, Well, let's kick a field goal at least. 43-yard attempt
On
right here.
fourth down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. He hit his first. Now this from 43. The kick by Carlson is good.
All right, back up by 10.
They will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
That's big. Points are kind of hard to come by right now, so we'll take what we can get. Looks like it's going to be one of those kind of drag-out games. Defense is really doing a good job of shutting down the Colts. They haven't scored since like that drive that they had into the first quarter. Adams makes the catch. Touchdown, Devontae. There we go. Now we're going to start to pull away. Second touchdown pass of the game for Caleb Williams. Beautiful. Halfback dive here. Running the ball may be a little bit risky here, but at this point we're just trying to play keep away with like 6 minutes to go. We're up by got me by the ankles.
2 yards there, needed 4.
If Buckner isn't there, we get a first down. We'll kick the field goal. Oh, they're actually wanting us to go for it. All right, we'll do another halfback dive here. 5:46 to go. First down. That's going to start to put the nails in the coffin. Good run by Jacobs. 79 yards, not a big day on the ground for him so far, but we've been able to get a decently balanced offense today. First and goal.
They'll set up to throw.
Tight end more open. He moves slow as molasses, but he's in for the touchdown. Nice.
From 8 yards out. And the
I think that's our backup tight end. So the Colts did score again. Oh, we should have done the onside kick. Oh well, it's a 16-point game still. They have a lot of ground to make up. And we were able to recover it barely. So that's our ball. Game's over. Just got to run out the clock and get out of here with our first win of the postseason. Third and inches, though, so we pick this up.
Is up to the task. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Yeah, he is going to
go full on there, but I did get the first barely.
Suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their.
How much we're going to win by?
It's a third down situation.
Big effort by Caleb Williams to go on the road his first playoff game in his rookie season and get us a win right away. So the future looks promising if we're able to, finish this job this season or not. Everything's looking up for the rest of the postseason, in my opinion. All right, we're going to do quarterback kneel here. We're going to win our first playoff game of the rebuild. Someone tells me we may face the Chiefs next weekend, which will be tough. I don't know how we're going to go up and beat Mahomes and Kelsey and company at Arrowhead. That's going to be a tough order.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
Whew. Caleb Williams put on a show. Offense picked it up in the second half. We scored 17 points, and that really helped. And the defense was playing lights out all game. Only holding the Colts to 11 points with Jonathan Taylor on the other side. That's pretty big.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and so long.
So we're going to head to the divisional round of the playoffs. Hunter Renfrow had a breakout game, too. Obviously, like I mentioned, don't know if we're going to be able to keep him beyond this season based on all the money we have into, guys like Adams and Jacobs. So
that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been
That'll do it for the wild card round. We beat the Colts.
Sports.
Now let's see who we face in the divisional round. 2 wins away from the Super Bowl. 2 wins away. This may be the quickest rebuild that I complete because I've never finished a rebuild so far in Madden 24 in only my second season. So this may be a first. Didn't think it would happen with the Raiders, but I love surprises. And the surprise is how well Caleb Williams has played as a rookie. He definitely has to be up for Rookie of the Year. There's no way that he's not, at least in consideration for that. especially with how well he's performed to get us into the playoffs. And we are playing Kansas City. Let's take a look at the bracket and see what else happened. So the Bengals blew out the Steelers big time, 56 points. And Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase must have had a field day against the Steelers. Of course, we beat the Colts. And the Browns actually did the same thing we did. They went on the road to Miami and they beat the Dolphins by 7. So it's Bengals-Browns, so an AFC North matchup in one game, and we got to go up to Arrowhead to face the Chiefs. That's going to be tough. NFC side, 49ers blow out the Cardinals. NFC West matchup. Panthers upset the Packers in Lambeau, and the Falcons beat the Eagles. So it's 49ers, Falcons, Cowboys, Panthers in the NFC side. So let's get ready and on the road again. Let's get ready to play the divisional round against probably our toughest team we'll face in the playoffs, without a question. Because these Chiefs are no joke. They have to still have the same core as last year. And, of course, as we all know, that team last year won the Super Bowl in real life. So, this is going to be tough. But you know what? If you want to get to the championship and you want to beat the best, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And that's what we got to do. We got to go into Patrick Mahomes' house, my guy, Red Raider, and we got to beat him in order to get to the next round.
Today, from Arrowhead
Looks like it's not
Stadium
snowing, but it's still cold in Kansas City. That comes to be expected. At this point of the playoffs, it gets cold up there. So we got to start off with another good offensive series right off the bat here. I'm going to run the ball probably a little bit more
on
this
the
game if
ground
I
with
can.
Jacobs.
I'm not going to favor it over, letting
there on the
Williams
first
continue
down run. He
to
gets
play good
maybe
football.
3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play.
I'm really surprised Caleb Williams is not wearing any sleeves.
They had to walk away from that field like,
I mean,
okay.
he's played in Southern. He played at USC, and he doesn't get cold up there in Southern California. Maybe he's used to it.
Once again,
Third down and 2. We're just going to try to pick up the first. And that looked like it should have been a face mask. Never mind. It looks like he was actually grabbed around the waist. That animation did look like it, though. Like, I've seen that animation before, and sometimes it's been a face mask penalty, but you never know. The animations are inconsistent in this game. But the gameplay's been the same for the last, several years, so I don't expect it to be Juke inside, get the first down with Renfro. Renfro's been stepping it up. In Madden 23, I traded for him in my Houston Texans rebuild, and he actually stepped up in our playoff run that nearly got us to a Super Bowl. So this is kind of just a continuation of that, just staying in Las Vegas, though. But Renfro's getting it done early on this drive. 2 big catches, 2 big first downs.
It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air.
How do you leave Devontae Adams that wide open, Chiefs? Out of everybody you leave open. You leave wide open Devontae Adams?
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Here's
Jacobs, maybe.
And he gets halfway
almost to the
from
end
the
zone.
6 to the 3 on a gain of
6
3.
yards on the play. Let's run it again.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back.
There we go, Josh. First touchdown of the game for him in the offense.
Jacobs,
beautiful.
a 3-yard touchdown.
Took it right down the field on the opening drive. But, of course, here we are on defense. Chiefs are already in scoring position.
First and
goal.
Just inside the 10.
But, hey, that's the way we wanted to start on offense. Put the pressure on them.
Now Mahomes.
And have to match us. And Mahomes dropped back too far. We get a sack on the play. Beautiful. Now it's 2nd and goal in like forever.
For the sack. First down,
Big time
a bit
sack.
of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Just throwing that ball away, Mahomes.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
We're gonna get another sack. Oh my goodness. This is broken. I'm sorry. That's just too broken. Back-to-back sacks with the same guy.
3rd and goal, and
That's
still
ridiculous.
a long way from the end zone. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
I mean, they're still technically in field goal range, I guess, but 4th and goal, that's
inside the 25
not gonna do
now at the
anything.
24. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
We're up 7-0 after we had a very impressive opening drive.
Second quarter
Tucker
from
off with a field
KC.
goal.
It's the Chiefs in possession of the football.
They can
As
get on the
they
board for
got
the
it
first
with a
time, and they
4th
do.
down coming
So
up.
the Chiefs narrow the gap to 4 with their first score of the day, albeit a field goal. We had back-to-back sacks when they got a goal-to-go situation on Mahomes, so that was big. Back on offense again. We got a 3rd down and 2 here. You know what? Let's not be too stupid here. Let's go with a running play. Be conservative, but I'm going to go with it. And Josh Jacobs gets a big hole. He gets the first down.
He'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Big play there, Josh. If we get a touchdown here, we may put them in a little bit of a stranglehold here. Really put the pressure on Kansas City to try to come back. Myers.
Very quick throw. He's got
I nearly got the first, but he's 2 yards
This will be
short.
stopped about 2
Williams is
yards
8
shy
for
of the
8 so
marker.
far for 100 yards.
Gain, 2nd and 2.
He is on fire right now. Again with Jacobs, and another easy rushing touchdown for Josh. We're taking it to Kansas City right now in their house at Arrowhead. But they have a powerful offense. They can come back any time. Yep. And now they just narrowed the gap to 4.
Just inside of
But
a minute here remaining
we need a
in the
2-minute
first
drive
half, so the
here.
clock is becoming a factor. The offense has the
Pretty
football
big.
on their own side of the field.
Moving into the half. But they knock away that pass.
But that
Good
one
defense by
incomplete.
them.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Pressure got to Williams, had to throw it away.
Incomplete.
But so far in this
All right,
drive,
coach
they've
just
done
wants
some
us to
good
run
work.
it, be
They forced some
conservative, go and a
completions
half
on
up by
1st and
4.
2nd down, bring
We'll
up
do
3rd
that.
and 10.
We'll do what he
That brings
says.
up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
There's a handoff to Jacobs.
Oh, but we actually get the first down. Let's call
Getting
timeout.
this one up to about the 35. The Raiders going to use one
I didn't think we were going to get a first down off the running
Just
play,
over
but
40 seconds to go
they
in the
surprised me.
first
We have 2
down.
timeouts still left. Okay, so because we did that and we got a fresh set of downs, let's take a couple more shots. See if we can. Oh, but we got a flag. If we get a flag and this is a hold, I think I'm just going to run it until we get to the half.
Before he gets into enemy territory.
Yeah, we got a holding on Isaiah Wynn.
Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding.
Right, they
and
still
that's
want
what
us to
we've
throw
got.
it.
And you know, depending on their
So,
positioning, where you are on the field,
We're going to take a
the umpires
couple
get
more
different
shots maybe with
responsibilities,
Adams.
but always
There we go.
making sure no one's
First down,
And it's
Devontae.
complete
Beautiful.
to Adams.
All right, let's
And they're gonna
hurry
have
up,
this
get to the
across
line,
midfield and inside
run another
the
play because I don't
45.
want to kick from here at all.
First down, he'll drop to throw.
Come on, make that. Oh,
That'll be
knocked away at the last
incomplete as
minute.
the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now is
We
second
can
and
just get
10.
maybe 10, maybe 15 yards. Can attempt a field
Back
goal.
to throw here.
We want Adams on this. Oh my gosh! And of course, I
Trying to
throw a
get that
pick.
to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
Well,
And the
we don't get
Chiefs
any
are
points to
in
end the
great
half,
shape
which was-
here as they
but that's
take
okay. I mean, I'm glad they didn't pick 6 that. We're back on offense to start the second half.
This offense in really good position. Can
Really,
they finish
really the
drive
first
off?
mistake
Let's
Caleb
find out.
Williams has made during
It's
the
first
entire
and 10
playoffs with
inside
that
the red
interception
zone.
in the half. But here we are back in the red zone.
Outside, that's
Moore
caught by Moore.
trucks over
And
somebody,
inside
can't keep his
the
feet
5
in. He
here
probably would have
before
scored
he's
if he
out of
did,
bounds right at the
but
3.
he was
The
2
gain
yards
of
short of
8
the first.
there on the play.
We're getting a little
And
fancy.
it'll be
Let's go to the
second
fullback
and
guy
goal.
with Burton.
A carry for the
And the
fullback,
fullback dive is another
and he's
touchdown.
in. Touchdown.
Beautiful.
Raiders. Mike Burton.
And now we're up 21-10. up by double digits. All right, if we can
red
maybe
zone,
mount another
time to get you
scoring
back to
drive,
the
we might be able to
action
put
as
this
this
one
offense
kind
comes
of
up on a second
put
and
this
2.
one away.
Second down,
We gotta
Jacobs
get
once
this
more.
Oh, Josh breaking tackles, almost gets to the end zone. 82 yards, 2 TDs on the day so far.
82 yards.
See if I can get him 100 yards.
For him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Again, blocked by Burton, but we get down to the 1.
The goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just a third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chance.
Nowhere to
Oh,
go.
and oh my goodness, we fumbled it and they picked it up. Man, and that was just a terrible decision from the start. I probably should have just stuck to running it. Chiefs didn't score though, but now they did. But it looks like they missed. They went for 2 and they missed it. But we're still. Oh, okay. So we're actually. So they actually scored again. We're only up by 5.
The finishing touches on a possible victory. Essentially, just needing a
they have all 3 other timeouts left. They're going to start using them like right now. So
we get
this first down. It's probably over. Looks like we did score again.
Defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
It's definitely a tighter game than we had against the Colts for sure. Playing a way better team. That figures.
Put an end to this thing.
First down, we might be able to walk out of here. And Jacobs barely gets it, but he does get the first. Wonderful.
And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
Keep running it just because it's 1:47 and they still have 1 timeout left. Just one more zone run.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs.
Jacobs, oh, but we got a flag.
The 45 before he's brought down.
We get a hold it this time. That seems a little bit suspicious. I think it's on.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball.
I think it's got popped pretty big that time. Didn't gain 1 yard.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their
Now they don't have any timeouts left.
Talk things over
so
prior to this upcoming second down play.
We're just gonna run it. I'm not throwing the ball one more time in this game.
Running is Jacobs. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
And this is
an absolute back
third down that's been set up here, partner.
Maybe a few seconds, but I don't know.
The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
I'll probably snap this in like 5 seconds. Under a minute now.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going.
They're going to have a few seconds left.
Position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space. Maybe too far for your field goal kicker.
I'm going to snap this with like 5 seconds.
I like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
I'm going to go for it. We're going to punt it. 3 seconds for punting.
They'll send this one
14, 13, taken down. They're not returning this. Is it down at the 1?
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there.
Wow, I think they got the ball at the 1 yard line. They got 9 seconds left. Wow. Wow, they got the ball at the 1 yard line. Well, this is it.
Mahomes will throw. He's going to let it fly.
They almost caught it off the ricochet, but they didn't get it. Let's do another man up 3 deep call.
Instead, it's second down. One final try from Mahomes.
Defensive line here.
Now a desperation.
All right, well, there goes Mahomes' desperation throw. It's knocked down, and we win. We pull off probably the biggest upset of the playoffs. We come into Kansas City. They came back in the second half and made it a contest. big
Thanks
time.
for watching, everybody.
And I was nervous, you know, in the last couple of minutes, but we hold on for a 5-point win, and we're going to the AFC Championship game. We started off hot early in this game, and I think that was the difference. That's how we were able to get things done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at EA Sports.
Well, with the Chiefs' #1 seed out of the playoffs, what does that do with kind of the shakeup of the seeding? I mean, we came in as the 6th seed, so I can't imagine we're going to face a team that is rated lower than us. Because even the Browns are rated high. We're seated higher than us in the playoffs. All right. All right. Well, we're facing the Bengals in the AFC Championship. So this is a rematch of the 2021 wild card matchup, if I recall. Let's check out weekly awards. Josh Jacobs won AFC Offensive Player of the Week. 112 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 1 receiving touchdown. Big time game for him. All right, so let's take a look at the playoff picture for now. See what happened in the NFC side. Well, the Panthers upset the Cowboys at Jerry World. Figures. And the 49ers beat the Falcons, so it's going to be 49ers and the Panthers in the NFC Championship, and the Bengals defeated the Browns 31-28, so it was a pretty close game. Ours was close too, but not as close as them. And we're going to be facing the Bengals for the AFC Championship game. They're the #2 seed, so they're just as good as the Chiefs. And then again, they still have Joe Burrow, and Jamar Chase, and Joe Mixon, so they still got some talent. And got to go to Cincinnati, got to go to the jungle and take care of business on the road again to get to the Super Bowl. I'm trying to remember, was there a rookie? I'm trying to remember if there's been a rookie quarterback who took a team to a Super Bowl in his first season. I don't know if that's happened before. I do remember that in 2004, Ben Roethlisberger was a rookie for the Steelers. He led them to the 15-1 record, to the AFC Championship. They lost to the Patriots. So Williams has already done the same thing that Roethlisberger already did.
It's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports.
But I don't know if a rookie has ever led a team to the Super Bowl in his first year as a starter quarterback. I don't know. Anyway. Let's get into it. Let's start off hot like we always try to do.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And we immediately try Devontae Adams with a deep pass, but it's broken up. Okay.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there in the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Stay in the pocket, Caleb.
And they're able to get
I tried to slide.
The 35.
Oh man, is Caleb hurt? Oh man.
Line of scrimmage, the
well, he is.
On first and 10.
Second play, and Caleb Williams is hurt. We got to bring Sam Darnold into the game. 70
First carry for Josh Jacobs.
We can hand it off to Josh Jacobs. We may do a lot of running on this drive now.
He's across midfield
because, Caleb was sticking his leg out.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14
will return
yards
soon. Injury re-risk medium.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
Come back in.
So they'll come up in
Alright, well, he missed a couple of plays. He has a bruise, but he can still play. I'm not going to run it much anymore with Caleb if I don't have to. That was one of the rare instances where I actually broke the pocket with Caleb and ran. But we got to just throw the ball from now on. We got the first down with Adams. So that's good. That was scary for a moment. I thought Williams like hurt his leg real bad or something. If that was the case, I don't know if Sam Darnold could have lead us to a victory in this game. I'm just saying.
This caliber runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
First down catch by Adams. Nice job.
And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Here's Jacobs.
Jacobs breaking tackles, gets 6 yards.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Second down and 4.
For the screen pass with Jacobs.
Now back to throw.
Come on, Jacobs.
He finds his man. Complete.
Good blocking, and we got
Jacobs.
the first.
And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as a tackle made at the 15-yard line.
Adams is
They're going to look
wide open right. You know, that could have been a pick if it was in bad positioning, but first down. First and goal to go. Nice job. Good job,
It's
Adams.
first and goal. A chance for the first points of this AFC title bout. They'll drop to throw.
Moore with a nice little grab, touchdown for the backup tight end. Good job. That's the second touchdown of the postseason, I recall. Everybody thought it was going to Devontae. No, we throw it to the backup tight end. Let him make a play. All right, on defense first time. We got 3rd and 5 here. Didn't play a whole lot of defense in the last game against Kansas City.
Third down situation.
It's going to be a tougher matchup.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
We get the sack on Joe. Oh, actually, we don't. He threw a ball and was incomplete. Regardless, we stop him. They're going to have to punt. Nice job, Pete. But we don't do anything on offense, and they're going to kick a field goal from this distance. This has got to be 60-plus yards, right? Oh, of course, they're faking it. And we intercepted on the fake. They tried to pull a fast one, but we didn't fall for it. Interception, nice. Perfect. So far, we're leaving no doubt out there. It's almost into the first quarter. 3rd and 2.
What can this offense do?
You're trying to get the Super Bowl. You pull out everything. Myers with a stiff arm gets down to the 1. Nice job.
Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down. They'll bring a tight end in motion.
Tight end. Ooh, but Jacobs got stuck in the line hard.
Push him back to the 2-yard line.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. But we're on the doorstep of adding to our lead. Let's run it. Just get it in here.
The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
Jacobs walks in for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Nice.
Josh Jacobs.
Well, the Bengals, it looks like we missed the extra point. The Bengals finally scored, so they're only down by 6. And they got a 3rd down and 5 here. So this game is a little tighter than the last one. But Burrow just threw a terrible pass. Jamar Chase was in the area, but he wasn't looking for the ball.
They need to play on 3rd down. You
They going for it on 4th down? No, they're not. They were for a second. All right.
The offense is in the
put together
red
2-minute
zone. It's
drill.
a 1st and 10
Drive.
situation.
Clock's still running.
At the 15-yard line.
Play to pick up, bounce play. We get the first. Oh, it's 2nd and inches. Okay.
That's good for a pickup of 10
I'm not going to get
yards.
too crazy.
And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4.
We're going to go with a screen pass here. We have all 3 timeouts left. So we can kind of play around a little bit, if you will.
Oh, it's a screen pass.
Good blocking. Nice job. Touchdown, Josh Jacobs. 1 rushing and 1 touchdown receiving so far. Nice job. Screen pass was set up perfectly, and now we got a nice 20-7 lead. But the Bengals scored. We got a 3rd down and 6 to keep the drive alive.
But just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this 3rd down stop in the 3rd quarter?
Oh.
Open man is Myers.
I did a short throw, but that wasn't a good idea.
And that's good.
Well, let's at least kick the field goal here and go up by 9 points.
Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt.
Carlson knocks through the field goal to put us up by 9.
Make this a 9-point lead.
It's going to be one of those tougher, kind of goes down to last few minutes of the fourth quarter type of game. I got that feeling. Unless we can score here, then maybe that's going to put them in a tough spot. All right, it's about to be the end of the third quarter, so I'm going to take this to the fourth quarter up by 9. All right, one quarter away from the Super Bowl. Looks like Carolina and San Francisco haven't played yet, so we're the early game.
Sports. 2nd and 5. To the right side, and he's got
an out route to the tight end and actually worked. Moore was able to get the first.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. 2nd and 3.
Myers. Oh, I got hit. The ball sailed away from him.
I see the surprise in the face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Devontae, come on.
And this is caught.
He did hold on to it. Touchdown. Nice job, Devontae.
Devontae Adams from 3 yards out.
Short route, but he got it. All right, we're up by 15. There's still a chance for Cincinnati. They're going forward now at 4th and 7.
Staying out there on 4th. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down.
Oh, how did he complete that pass to Higgins? We had 4 guys around there. Jeez, just didn't knock it down in time. And they scored. Now they're only down by 8.
Tight game here,
but there's 3 minutes to go. They're running out of chances. They got to get a touchdown and 2 points just to tie this game up. So
no gain on the play there. 2nd down.
A little bit tighter here, kind of like the Chiefs game. Just got to probably get 1 or 2 more first downs.
On the out route,
there's 1 first down. Adams got it for us.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to
warning. We're up by 8 in the AFC Championship.
And they got good yardage out of that one.
2 minutes until the Super Bowl.
When you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs.
Chance to go to the Super Bowl here.
If they want to take another shot and try to loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now they're going to start burning all
and
the
now
timeouts.
Right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw.
1 more first down.
Likely put an end to this thing. Running it with Jacobs.
Oh, wow, they were ready for that.
To protect the football
lost
and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Here's the 7th play of this drive.
Kind of big
this is 3rd and 4. Now a carry for Jacobs.
And bust through gets the first.
And he's going to have a
that's got to all but seal it.
And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
If they do get the ball back, they're going to have like little to no time to do anything. Probably shouldn't have gone with the kneel down so quickly here, but we're going to do it.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
They have no more timeouts left. Whew. 2nd year, and I've already got the Raiders into the Super Bowl.
Nothing else. They've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already. As they
definitely one of the quicker rebuilds that I've done. Didn't expect it to happen this quick. Just by drafting Caleb Williams, I guess that was the answer. And getting this team to the Super Bowl again. Raiders haven't won a Super Bowl since 1983, so it has been a long time.
Here's Jacobs.
Been there since 2002, so Raider fans have suffered for a long time. So this is about, getting one for them, and they're a very proud franchise. They've won Super Bowls before, but they haven't won one in a long, long time. Unless we get a big upset by the Panthers, I think it'll probably be the 49ers who we face in the Super Bowl, which would not be surprising, and I would guess they still have pretty much the same nucleus of Kittle, Purdy, McCaffrey, and everybody. So that's going to be a pretty tough matchup for our defense. That'll be a tough Super Bowl. Maybe the toughest one of the rebuild. Although
As they take
the
knee,
one that I have with the Patriots rebuild was pretty tough. That one was I think it was Seahawks. That game went down to the wire. That was a tough game. That was really tough.
My reservation, this crowd thought
but we're going to the Super Bowl. Raiders going back to the Super Bowl for the first time since 2002. On the shoulders of rookie Caleb Williams out of USC. Talk about a ride that Williams has taken us on this year. Unbelievable.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, will see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
If I do finish this Las Vegas Raiders rebuild tonight, I'm honestly thinking about taking a little bit of a break from streaming every week. It's always tempting to come back to it. Like, normally I don't stream this. I don't normally stream this late. Normally I do it on like a Monday afternoon when it's light outside and I have more energy. But I had stuff to do today, and I almost didn't feel like streaming. But I say, you know what? Let me just see what happens in year 2 of the rebuild, and I'll be heading to the Super Bowl in year 2. So that's good. All right. Well, we are playing the 49ers, so it's going to be a California Super Bowl. Although I think this year's Super Bowl is being played in, let me actually see. So, Super Bowl 58, where's Super Bowl 59 being played? Oh, New Orleans. All right, so we're going to be playing in New Orleans. Now, I'm not going to look at the Pro Bowl roster because we're not going to have anybody in the Pro Bowl due to the fact that we're in the Super Bowl. But let's see what happened in the NFC Championship. So the 49ers beat the Panthers, so that was actually a pretty close game, too. I mean, ours wasn't as close, but still. So the 49ers took care of business. They should still have the same nucleus as they had in the year 1, that they like the players they have in real life. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. All right, let's go ahead and advance through next week. Let's check out the yearly awards. Let's see if Caleb Williams won Rookie of the Year. I have a feeling he did, based on how well he did during the regular season and getting us into the playoffs, albeit at 10-7. I mean, 10-7 is not bad. It's good. It's not great, but it's pretty good for a rookie to do that. So the MVP went to Jalen Hurts. Was Caleb no, he wasn't in consideration. Coach of the Year, was our guy up for it at all? Nope, no sign of Simmons. All right, AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Isaiah Pacheco. Josh Jacobs finished 8th. Okay, Defensive Player of the Year. Max Crosby wins it again. He's been a force. But Divine Diablo, he came in 6th. And Robert Spillane came in 9th. So, good job by him. Offensive Rookie of the Year actually went to Quinn Ewers. Caleb Williams finished 2nd. How is it that Quinn Ewers won Offensive Player of the Year and the Jets didn't even make the playoffs? It must have been his stats. There's no way. Not to mention, I'm a little surprised that Quinn Ewers would not win it. Was Drake May not even in consideration? What about the NFC? Yeah, Drake May won it for the Vikings, but all right, well. So Caleb Williams finished 2nd for Offensive Player of the Year. He didn't win it, but it is what it is. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I don't think we had any. No, we didn't have anybody. Best QB, Caleb finished 8th. Mahomes actually came in 10th. I'm surprised. Best running back went to Pacheco. Jacobs finished 5th. Best receiver, no sign of Devontae. Best offensive lineman, Robert Hunt finished 9th. Okay, Max Crosby, best defensive lineman, of course. No other Raiders in here. Best linebacker. What about Spillane? Did he get any love? Diablo and Spillane finished 9th and 10. All right. Best DB goes to Nate. Best DB, Fitzpatrick. But Nate Hobbs came in 4th. All right. And we just gave him a big money contract, even though that really doesn't matter since we're going to probably be ending the rebuild after we win the Super Bowl, like we always do. Daniel Carlson came in 3rd for best kicker. Okay. So no Raider. Well, actually, Max Crosby won Defensive Player of the Year. for the AFC. I don't know if he won it for the whole NFL, but at the season recap, we'll take a look and see. But Crosby, you know, won Defensive Player of the Year the first year, and he won it, you know, for the second year in a row. So big props to him. Big props to Max. Okay, well, we can't come this far just to lose in the ultimate game. Going to New Orleans, it's an all-California Super Bowl. The Super Bowl of the Bay. San Francisco against Las Vegas. And you know what? It actually isn't, because they don't play in Oakland anymore. But hey, this is kind of a renewing of a little bit of a classic rivalry, if you ask me. Because, you know, Oakland and San Francisco, they shared that border in the NFL forever. So this is kind of rekindling a little bit of those feelings, if you ask me. But, you know, we're in Vegas. They're in San Francisco now. A little bit different. But here we go.
Today.
And we're actually not playing in the Superdome. We're playing at Cowboys Stadium. All right. It doesn't matter where we play. I don't care where we play.
Super Bowl 59.
But Super Bowl 59 is being played, and we're in it in year 2 of the rebuild. Got a chance to win the Super Bowl in only our second season. I guess they just didn't update the locations properly, so I guess that's why it's AT&T. But you know what? We'll go with it. I don't care where we play. Here we are in Jerry World, Super Bowl 59. Let's get it.
They go play action here on first
We're going to go deep again. First play, attempt. This actually went with Jacoby Myers. Nice catch. It's been a little bit quieter in the season, but I think that's a big play that we needed right out of the gate to kind of wake everything up. Wake up the 49ers that, hey, you may be the favorite, but we're here to play some ball.
They'll set up a throw.
Outside, there we go. Myers again. It's a first down.
Out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he works his way free
quarterback in the Super Bowl. You don't see it a lot.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude.
The goal. The catch by Renfro.
Ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that
we almost
Brandon had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before.
Got
Find out
tipped
how
and
they handle
potentially
winning,
intercepted.
losing, handling all the
3rd and
ticket
goal.
situations, travel, practice,
Struggling a little
all
bit
those
here,
things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision,
Adams.
and put it all.
Open on the pass, touchdown Devontae. Just who we needed to start the game. Nice shot.
A pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this third down
and
situation?
8.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal.
Purdy just throws a terrible throw at the feet of IU. 2 minutes left in the first. Got a 3rd down and 10 here.
They'll look to throw again.
Pressure.
And
Tipped
that's
away at the last
incomplete.
All right, well, we can still go up by 10.
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash.
Gotta make big kicks in the Super Bowl. And we do. At least the first attempt is. Nice job. All right. Up by 10 in the first quarter. We got points. Better than no points.
Six points possibly in the cards. We've got a red zone situation looming. 1st and goal. The football.
Touchdown Myers. Nice. Perfect throw by Caleb. 2nd touchdown pass of the game for him. 1st on the day for Myers. But San Francisco's coming back a little bit. Got their first touchdown of the day. Now they're in a 3rd and 5 looking for more.
Football in the red zone. And a big 3rd down play coming up
Almost
for
like
this
a 2-minute
defense.
warning.
Purdy from the gun on third down.
I couldn't get the pressure on him.
Tight end Kittle has it on the left side.
Kittle gets a first
He is going to have the first down, and that is going to take
the
us
49ers really need to score here to try to tie us up.
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Quick hitter here.
Good tackle. There we go.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays.
They got all 3 timeouts left.
6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of
However
guys
they
used
want.
to be basketball players.
Get the sack. There we go. That is what we were looking for. Good sack by Tyree Wilson.
Tyree Wilson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
Oh, I thought he was going to maneuver around that guy, but 25 got on his block just in time to make the tackle. Nice job.
A gain of 9.
They're going to kick the field goal. They're going to trim the lead to 4. Just fine. I'll take this probably all the way down in 2 seconds.
And his kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4.
So they trim the, so they narrow the gap to 4, but still in good position. Start of the second half. They got the ball first.
So a big third down.
They're looking to take the lead. They got a third down here. They're in field goal range though, so they don't get it. They could kick it. Oh man, they get another first down. Kittle. We put the hit stick on him, but he doesn't cough it up. Good tackle though by Hobbs. We'll let him get loose. Second and 3.
A potential turning point in a one-score game. What can this defense do as they look to hold on to their second half lead? And they'll go on the ground.
Good tackle. Good wrap-up by Tyree. Let's go.
Knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
6. 4-point differential.
Purdy.
Get in there, D. Oh, okay. We make the tackle on IU. Good. All right. So we stop him short. 2 yards short of the first. Good tackle.
He's not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, a 31-yard
Get this. They're only down by 1.
And this one is right
got it. They're creeping a little bit, but we were able to hold them on the last 2 offensive possessions they had. It's just field goals. So now they're down by just 1. Stagnant. It's already the 4th quarter.
A tight game here late, and this defense needing a stop.
Play defense to win this game.
Try to get the ball back to their offense to go down and win it.
Almost 2 minutes to go.
On first down, Purdy.
Oh man,
returns
gets it
right
first.
back
Oh
to Samuel. And he's taken down.
Now I'm starting to get a little bit tensed up here.
And here we are in the 4th quarter.
They're in field goal range already.
Would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now.
Get IU down.
Nice
Okay,
job to
timeout.
break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And now right out of the 2-minute break.
They're going to run the
We'll
football.
get a timeout
They're already in
defensively
field goal range.
with a
They're
minute
going to kick
56
it.
to go.
They're going to take the lead. And score
Now an option
once
play
this
on
happens.
second down. And he'll take this down just shy of the
Flag.
25-yard line.
Holding on the offense. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. Second and 17.
The big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
That kind of drives him back a little bit, but I mean, this is technically still probably in Moody's range. If that drove him back, that could potentially be a big penalty. But if we can't stop McCaffrey, then we're close.
And not much
We got to burn another timeout.
32.
Now it's third down.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their
I'm not messing
timeouts.
around. Let's go gaps.
They're
They're going to run it with McCaffrey. Because all they need is a field goal just to take the lead, and they passed it. Oh my God.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16.
That was surprising. I can't believe they threw the ball. I'm going to bring the blitz again.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey.
That time it actually worked, but now we have no timeouts
Push
left.
his way down to about the 14.
I think we're going to lose the Super
Second
Bowl.
down.
For the first time in these rebuilds, I think we're going to lose the Super Bowl.
Purdy.
All right, you know what? That's fine. Let him score, because that'll give us a chance to go back down the field and tie it, go to overtime. We have no timeouts left. Jeez. But they missed.
Can the offense muster here? Remember,
they went for 2 and they didn't get it.
Because they're trailing by more than 3 in a one-score game. They have no timeouts left.
Come on. Oh, Myers. Oh, okay, well, that was my own fault. I threw it in a bad position.
Here's second down.
What's our best bet?
Back to throw.
Devontae.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
I just lost it.
He's had.
We're going to lose the Super Bowl. It's over.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
For the first time in my time of doing rebuilds in Madden, I'm going to lose the Super Bowl. Can't believe this. Oh,
Time
man.
for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. That is likely the final play of this game, and no better feeling, I would imagine, than taking a knee to wrap up the Super Bowl.
Culminates everything. The championship is theirs. And just think, the
That
last play they had in
interception,
practice
I don't
before
want to
this
see the
game
celebration
began
at all.
was doing this. Practicing
Wow.
taking a knee.
First time I get to the Super Bowl and I don't win it. Well, based on that, I mean, I've rebuilt the Raiders into a championship contender, at least for sure, but we didn't finish the job. So, I thought I was going to finish this tonight, but you know what? I'm not done. Lost the Super Bowl. The MVP was Brock Purdy. We lost. So actually it was Nick Bosa who won Defensive Player of the Year, Pacheco, Offensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, Zach Taylor, Jalen Hurts, MVP. Chop Robinson won Defensive Rookie of the Year, Drake May, Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Vikings. And we lose the Super Bowl. Well, that's a tough pill to swallow, needless to say. I don't want to look at weekly awards. Our season's over, one way or another. Well, guys, I'm going to continue because if we need just 6 points to win a Super Bowl, and we can run this back, you know, I feel like we can do it. And I don't know if we're going to bring back every single player now. You know, Hunter Renfrow, I think, is still going to walk, but we're just going to kind of retool a little bit. We're going to take a look at holes that we have to fill, what players we need to draft. We're going to see how much Caleb Williams develops in the second off season, and we're going to try to run it back and try to get back to another Super Bowl. I'm going to take a look at the negotiating screen just one more time just to see. You know that center we signed? Maybe I could bring him back, but I don't know. I think we can find another corner. If not, we'll bring back Witherspoon in free agency when it actually hits. Just kind of double checking to see if I do want to bring back anybody. No, we're going to let everybody walk. I want to save at least some money so maybe we can go after one critical free agent that could help us to kind of go all in. To win us a Super Bowl, hopefully get back to a Super Bowl. The only thing is, it's going to be hard. I think just to get back to that point, hopefully we'll be a playoff team next year, but, I mean, there's no guarantees. First things first, I got to take a look at retirements. Jimmy Ward retired, Ben Jones retired. Okay, we got a bunch of Saints who retired. All right, let's see. Did we have any retirements? We don't have a lot of old guys, but we probably still... Yep. So John Jenkins retires after 12 years, but I figured that was coming. His contract was up, but I didn't want to bring him back because I figured he was going to retire. All right, so we're in the free agency period right now. Let's go to our roster, and let's see what positions we may need to target. So Sam Darnold is still going to be here as our backup quarterback potentially, but if there's a higher rated backup out there, maybe we can consider that. But look at Caleb Williams, already up to an 83 going into his second year. So I think our quarterback situation has been solidified. Speaking of that, since Hunter Renfrow is not here anymore, I want to see if I can give Caleb Williams his proper number 13. Maybe the number change will spark a Super Bowl run next year to finish the job. Because basically, if we make training camp t-shirts, it's just going to say unfinished business, because that's exactly what we're going through right now. I'm still going to keep Aiden O'Connell until his rookie deal is up if I have to play more seasons. So we're good there. Running back situation is pretty much going to be the same as last year, so I'm pretty solid there. We do need a new fullback. If Burton's the best option, we may bring him back. You know, like I said, Jacoby Myers is 86 overall. He's our second receiver. Trey Tucker, I think, is ready to take the next step, and we drafted Ja'Cory Brooks for a reason. So if there's another really good receiver out there who maybe could help us get over the hump, to get on the same talent level as somebody like the 49ers, who we lost the Super Bowl to, maybe, but I don't know if I really want to jump down that hole too much. We need a backup center, and we need a bunch of right tackles. And we could use a backup defensive end. We need defensive tackles. And if we could actually get a really solid couple of linebackers in free agency, that could really help. I like Spillane, but middle and left outside linebacker, we're going to need some help there for sure. We need some help there. Corners are looking pretty good. Bennett's gotten up to a 73. Dwight McGlothern will just probably elevate a little bit. If there's a corner in the 80s, I'll probably go after him, but if not, I'm not going to sweat it. Our safety position is pretty good, but we could use a backup free safety because we let the other guy walk. Kicker and punter are still in place, so special teams unit is okay. All right, well, let's take a look at free agency, and let's see who's out here. Let's see if there's any big names that I just want to bring in for maybe like a one-year deal. Oh, my goodness. Justin Jefferson is a free agent, but gosh, 64, I don't think we have enough, guys. Man, look at these free agents. Got a 99 overall Amon-Ra St. Brown and a 99 Justin Jefferson, 98 Nick Chubb. But we have a good running back, so I'm not going to mess with that. Okay, so Justin Jefferson, I think, is going to be a little bit outside of our range, even though he fits our scheme. Is there another decent receiver maybe we could sign who's even interested in coming? You know what? Just to kind of go all in, let's see if we can bring in Amari Cooper. Well, he wants... kind of want to just bring him in on a one-year deal, but I think but he's looking for 3 years. Let's make him an offer for him to come back and be a Las Vegas Raider instead of an Oakland Raider. See if that helps. Well, we're second on his list behind the Bengals, but I'm not going higher than that, because if we got to go higher than that, then you know what? It's probably just not worth it. Okay, linebacker is where we need some help. We need to get some help out here. Phillips is the highest rated linebacker available. And you know what? Let's throw an offer his way. 5 years. He wants a lot of money, the former Dolphin. We're top of his list now, so that puts us in pretty good positioning. Let's see about middle linebackers. Marquise Bell. The former Cowboy Marquise Bell, already up to an 80? All right. May not take a lot to swoon him. Let's see. One of the best available, and he fits our scheme, and he's actually interested in coming to the Raiders. Let's see about corners. Ooh, Greg Newsome is available. You know, I think that might be worth it. 4 years. Still have a little bit of cap room to spend, even though we have a lot of money tied up. We only have 22 million left. Okay, well, we're not Newsome's first option, but based on the fact that we just got finished playing in a Super Bowl, even though we didn't win it, I feel like that should, you know, give us a little bit of style points, if you will. So we can do one more negotiation. Let's try to get a backup center, maybe. Guy that's interested and fits our scheme. Mustafa. Let's try to bring him in on a 1-year deal. We need a backup center. Let's see where that puts us. Are there any other teams that are really vying for him? No, we're his only offer right now. Okay, first wave of free agency. We are going to go after a couple of big names just to get us over the hump, but nobody really too big. We did throw an offer at Amari Cooper. You know, Justin Jefferson is out there, but, you know, we're going to go after Amari and see if we can get him. If we can't, it's not the end of the world. We still have Myers. We're going after Greg Newsome, even though the Colts are his first option as a secondary corner. Well, actually, that probably put him above Hobbs, but still, we could use, you know, corner help big time. Jalen Phillips, we're top of his list. Marquise Bell, we're on top of his list, and Sam Mustafa as well. So we're gonna simulate through this first little wave that we just did of negotiations and see if we get anybody to sign. All right, let's see if we had anybody sign. I got a feeling guys like Phillips, Bell, and Mustafa are going to go ahead and sign because we're their top offers, and Mustafa has no other offers, so I'm pretty sure he's going to settle with us. And with Mustafa, of course, we're bringing him to be our backup center because we need one. For this next wave, we'll probably focus on some defensive depth to help us out. Obviously, we can invest in that in the draft, but I think I want to go with veterans to, you know, help us out a little bit. So we got Amari Cooper and we got Greg Newsome. So we got both of them. Awesome. We got Jalen Phillips and we got Marquise Bell and Sam Mustafa. So we got everybody who we went after. We got everyone. So that is awesome. All right. So we're bringing Amari Cooper back as a Vegas Raider this time. Greg Newsome, that'll be a big boost for the corner spot. And we need a linebacker on left and middle linebacker, so we got some of the top guys, Marquise Bell and Jalen Phillips. So we're looking pretty good there. But we still need to do some work. Let's see about defensive tackles because we need some depth there. We could use help at right end as well. Let's get somebody to be a backup. Peyton Turner looks pretty solid. Let's bring him in on a 2-year deal. We really need depth behind you know, one of our defensive ends. We need some depth back there. All right, defensive tackle. All right, a few of these guys are already locked in. Michael Pierce, though, is available. He fits our scheme, so I'm going to go with him, 81 overall. Get some defensive tackle help here. We are his top offer. The Steelers also offered him a contract, but we've offered him a little bit more. All right, let me check our roster again, and let me see if there's any other positions that maybe I need to consider getting depth pieces for. All right. We'll also take an opportunity to go ahead and adjust the numbers for some of our new guys. All right, let's check out receivers. So Amari Cooper is now our second best receiver, actually at a 91 overall, so he's even better. Well, you know, look, I mean, Myers is great. He did great for us last year, but we're just doing this to kind of go all in for this next season because we fell one game short of winning it all, and we just need, you know, a little bit more to get us over the hump. So let me see. Can I give Amari Cooper? Let's see. Amari Cooper, Alabama. What number did he wear at Alabama? He wore number 9. Well, that's taken by Tyree Wilson. So, what about 19, like he wore in Dallas? Oh, that's already taken as well, basically. Okay, well, let's just discard the changes for right now. Who is wearing number 19? It's another receiver. Worst case, we can have him wear 89 like he wore back in the day. Nobody else is wearing that number. Let's go to linebackers, maybe. Yeah, Phillips is a big boost because we signed Garvin last year, but I just don't think that really did much for the linebacking core, if you ask me. So, yeah. Let's see if I can give Jalen Phillips 15 here. So who's wearing number 19? Oh, this guy Trace Swilling. Let's actually just go ahead and cut him. Free up a little bit cap space, but I'm mainly getting rid of him so that we can just give Cooper his number 19. Because Carlson's wearing number 2, so I can't give him that number. I don't want to give him that number. All right, Amari Cooper's got his 19 like he used to wear for Dallas. Looking good. '83 overall for our tight end is pretty solid too. I like that. For our center, 74 doesn't really impact too much. So I went right with the right end to be backup. And Byron Young, defensive tackle help. We're going to get that Pierce guy, hopefully. Let me see who's wearing number 15 out here. Oh, that's Dwight McLaughlin. Let's see. He might be a real player. Dwight McLaughlin. No, he wears number 2, so he can't wear something like that. Let's change his number to something else. Maybe something with a 20 on it. Well, I think number 20 is available. Let's have him wear 20. And we'll give Phillips number 5. All right. Former Dolphin coming over to the Raiders. 86 overall left outside linebacker. So we're building a pretty solid team for next year. You know, going with more of the veterans to, get us over the hump. And that's kind of what I'm thinking, at least for this year. Some of these guys will be locked into some contracts, so we'll see. But some of their contracts are coming up, so it'll all kind of balance out in the end. Let's see. Marquise Bell, what number did Marquise wear at, like Florida A&M? He wore number 5 there. Okay, so because of that, since Jalen Phillips took away 5, let's give Marquise Bell his college number 5 and make him look right. A little surprised that he's gotten up to being a 80-something overall? Yeah, 83 overall. I mean, he was a converted free safety. It's like people want to forget about that. Playing in Dallas those years. All right, so got Bell kind of situated there. What about our corners? So Greg Newsome automatically becomes our best corner at 89 overall. He's going to be in the 90 club if he gets even decently good in training camp, and Nate Hobbs. So we got 2 corners in the 80s. We're starting to build a pretty nice team here. So, I mean, we're looking pretty nifty. So I think Newsome wore 0 at 2. Okay, so he wore 2 and he wore 0. Somebody's wearing 0. Jacorian Bennett. Let's change Bennett's number. What is does Jacorian wear? Jacorian Bennett. Does he wear 0? Okay, well he does. But let's change his number to something else. Let's Let's change it to 23. Let's give Greg Newsome his number 0. Scheme fit guy too. You know, some of these guys we've signed actually fit the scheme, so I'm hoping that just means success. This team is too good not to make the playoffs again. If we have a down season next year, then this rebuild is gonna end right where it began, basically. We do need a backup strong safety. Although we can always kick one of these guys over there. Okay, so let's get back to free agency and let's take a look at some more depth that we could potentially add. We already took care of, I think, backup center, like investing in that. There's no time on this, you know, negotiations or anything like that. All right, so yeah, we've targeted so far. Okay, so we targeted Pierce and Peyton Turner. Okay. And we actually took care of center stuff with Mustafa. I didn't change his number. I didn't check that. Okay, so we're good there. All right, let's go to free safeties because we need a free safety backup. We need a backup free safety. All right, well, Matthew's already been taken. Honey Badger's still playing. I'll be. I didn't know he was still playing. Xavier Woods and Quandre Diggs are out there, but let's just get a scheme fit guy. Yeah, Terrell Burgess. Let's get him backup free safety. Solid looking guy. How much cap do we have left? We have, all right, not much. We got 3.63 million, so I think we're done. I think we've spent enough cap that we can, and I think that's all the free agency stuff that we're going to be able to do because we got like no more money. We got no more money for our draft picks. Almost no more money. Probably going too crazy with all the spending, even though we just finished one game short of winning it all. But, you know, the thing is, I worry that it may be hard to get this team back into that position again because, you know, it's hard to get back to a Super Bowl because it's hard to win a Super Bowl, but it's also hard to get back there after you have fallen short. So let's take a look and see if we got anybody else. So we did get Pierce, and we did get Burgess, and we got Turner, and of course we got Mustafa. So we've gotten basically everybody that we targeted. Some of these guys are big names, but hey, we just need, you know, a few more good players to help us get over the hump. And look at that rating. We're overall 86, 88 offense, 86 defense. Looking pretty good. All right. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's take a look at mock draft number, I guess, 5, because this is the mock draft they put out right before the actual draft itself. And basically, I'm just going to treat this draft as picking, you know, the best player available, but also based on what we also could need for depth. But I'm not really looking at a rookie to come in and change the culture. So Drew Allar is projected to be the number 1 overall pick. Go to the Patriots, best quarterback. Marvin Jones Jr. to the Saints. All right, so where are we picking? We got to pick 31st, I imagine, because we finished one game short of the Super Bowl. All right, but we're projected to pick Shamar Stewart. But you know what? That actually, I think, is a decent direction for us to go because we do need depth at defensive tackle. We did sign Pierce, but we also still have our other guy there. So I think getting in Stewart could definitely help. Luther Brown is tempting to take. I've taken him in another rebuild. I don't remember what rebuild it was. It might have been the Cardinals or Patriots. I can't really remember. Maybe it was the Cowboys. But Derek Valentine looks pretty good too. Left tackle from Oregon. A lot of tackles are going to be taken around this time. Antonio Gates Jr., if he slips, could be decent. Maybe Emory Jones, right guard. I don't know about Dominique Jackson. We're pretty good at corner. We don't really have any weak spots that we really need to absolutely fill with drafting somebody. Basically, we draft Shamar Stewart. We're basically drafting a guy to kind of be a rotational guy with Pierce and also the other defensive tackle we have. So I think Stewart from Texas A&M may be the move for us to go with in the first round at 31 overall. I think that's probably the direction we're going to go. We're going defensive heavy this offseason of free agency. We might as well do it in the draft. All right, let's start up the draft 2025. Let's get some new faces in here.
It's the New England Patriots.
All right.
Now on the clock.
Second to last pick of the first round. So Luther Burden just went. So hopefully this means that Stewart is still on the board. Is he? He's not the best player available. But Shamar Stewart is available. We're going to stick with the board, and we're going to go with him. The mock draft predicted it. We're going with Stewart. Defensive tackle, first round pick out of Texas A&M. We're going to go with him. Getting defensive here. All right. Now let's take a look and see. We're kind of probably going to go best available right now. You know, Ty Chandler looks pretty good, corner out of North Carolina. But this running back looks pretty decent, too. You know, I'm actually going to go with Brian Davis out of Eastern Michigan. We could use a backup running back. He doesn't fit our scheme, but we could use depth behind Jacobs. We do still have White and Snoop Connor, but I think he's still a solid guy to go with. Get some backup. Help at running back. Now Steve Sauer looks pretty good. Let's get some offensive line depth. We're going to go with him. Steve Sauer, left tackle.
With the next pick, the Raiders are on the clock.
All right. Here we are in the fourth round. Corners that are rated pretty high, but we don't really need corners. You know what? Let's go with Carlos Reyes out of Buffalo, left outside linebacker. I know we got Jalen Phillips in here now, but we could use some depth at the linebacking core for sure.
Now on the clock,
fifth round pick.
It's the Las Vegas Raiders.
Let's see who's still out there. Looks like Max Duval finally got taken. He slipped a little bit. There's another left tackle that's available that's rated pretty high. Could go with that free safety. That looks pretty good. Run stopper. Frank Stanford. I think I drafted him in the last rebuild. You know what? Let's keep going with some more linebacker depth. Let's go after Zach Castle out of Nevada. And he fits our scheme as well. Let's go with him. Pretty sure he's a made-up player by this point, but still. Not that bad. Solid player. Solid pickup.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Sixth round selection here. All right, let's see. Now we're starting to get to players that aren't real, but that's fine. Free safety that's pretty solid. You know what? Let's go with a strong safety. Actually, let's go with Cam Oakley out of Massachusetts, UMass, I guess. And we're one of the teams listed for one of his best fits, so I don't think that's too much of a stretch to go with Oakley with our sixth round selection. And here we are in the seventh round, and we have the second to last pick of the draft. What are we going to do? Let's just see about fullbacks, because I just realized that we didn't draft a fullback. So you know what? We're actually going to draft Morgan Howard out of Louisville. I know it says potential to go undrafted, but we need a fullback. We're going to go with Howard. I don't think he'll be a starter for this first year. We're probably going to pick up a fullback to sign off of free agency to start next year. But I wanted to have a guy who's a placeholder in place, basically. All right. Let's go ahead and adjust the roster. Let's take a look at, the numbers and see if maybe we can give these guys some of their college numbers. But I don't know if I can. Kind of adjusted the numbers a little bit. I got Caleb Williams as number 13 now. Let's see about this Brian Davis guy. Brian Davis, Eastern Michigan. All right, he's not a real player. That's okay. In that case, he can keep wearing 44. Morgan Howard, I know, is not a real player. He can wear 28. All right, Steve Sauer may be real, but I don't know. Steve Sauer. Yeah, he's not real. Okay. Is what it is. But we got depth at all the positions that's looking pretty good. So I don't think we really need to adjust anybody's position in terms of like flipping them. But Mims has actually elevated himself to the backup right tackle position past Mumford. So Mumford may be a guy. I may look to trade Mumford by this offseason as well. Turner, of course, going to back him up. Yeah, okay, so Shamar Stewart. I think this guy is real. Shamar Stewart. Yeah, he's a real player. All right, he wears number 4 at Texas A&M. I think 4 is taken, but I don't know. Let's check. Oh, it's taken by Aiden O'Connell. All right, well, Stewart can rock 94. He'll walk one of his numbers. Carlos Reyes, I don't think is real, but let's just Google anyway. Carlos Reyes. Buffalo. Yeah, he's not a real player. And I don't think Zach Castle's real, so I don't think any of these guys are real, so I'm not going to mess with them. Yeah, and Cam Oakley, I don't think he's real either, so we're going to leave him what he is. All right. Don't really need to make any adjustments on the roster, I feel, so we're just going to go ahead and get to next season, get to the preseason, and then get ready to start year 3. Well, I had high hopes about an hour ago to, finish this rebuild tonight, but as much as I want to end it by just saying, hey, I got the Raiders to a Super Bowl, not enough. I'm going to still go at this and see if I can get them a Super Bowl this season. We've kind of gone all out. We kind of went crazy in free agency with the money, and we didn't really have high draft picks, but we signed some big name guys. Overall wise, we're at 85 across the board. So we've got a good offense. We've got a pretty good defense. I mean, we're pretty good across the board. This is a very, very well-rounded team. So next week, tune in for the next episode of Part 3, the 2025 season we'll get started with. And we'll see if we can get back to the Super Bowl as the Raiders and see if we can win it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.